Hey, Alex. So I've been seeing a lot of buzz about Ukraine's new domestically produced missile, the FP5 Flamingo. It's just such an unexpected name for a weapon, right?
Totally, Stella. But this flamingo is no joke. It's a significant development, literally and figuratively. Ukraine just unveiled this jet-powered cruise missile, and it reportedly packs a 1-ton warhead. And the range? We're talking about 1,800 miles, which is pretty incredible for them, you know?
1,800 miles. Wow. That means Ukraine can finally hit targets really deep inside Russia, far beyond their previous reach?
Exactly. When you compare it to a US-made Tomahawk, which has about a 1,500-mile range, the Flamingo actually flies like 300 miles further. So Kyiv could target military facilities, production sites, and even key economic targets deep within Russia. This really expands their strategic strike capabilities, which is huge.
So the long range is a massive advantage. But I also saw that it's physically quite large for a cruise missile. How does that factor in?
That's a key distinction, Stella. Unlike most modern Western missiles that prioritize smaller, stealthier designs, the Flamingo is big. We're talking a 20-foot wingspan compared to the Tomahawks under 9 feet. This sheer size isn't just for show, though. It means it can carry a much larger warhead, up to a ton of explosives, which gives it, significantly more destructive power on impact. And it can also carry more fuel, directly contributing to that impressive 1,800-mile range we talked about earlier. It's a real heavy hitter, basically.
A serious punch, then.
Absolutely, a big punch.
Okay, so it's big, long range, and powerful. But I also heard that it's, simpler in its construction. How does that actually help Ukraine with wartime production and its broader economic strategy?
That's a brilliant question, Stella, and it's where its genius really lies. The Flamingo uses a simpler design. Fixed wings instead of folding ones, a carbon body, and a large external turbofan engine. This simplicity dramatically reduces production costs, so Ukraine can churn out more of these missiles much faster, which is vital in a sustained conflict. Plus, this domestic production is key for targeting Russia's oil and gas industries. We've seen drones disrupt 17% of their capacity. The Flamingo means more impactful, decisive strikes, directly at Russia's wallet.
So it's not just about current military needs, but also about long-term independence, right? Not having to rely solely on allies?
Precisely, Stella. That's a huge benefit. Allies, like the US and UK, provide long-range weapons, say Storm Shadow or ATACMS, but they often come with conditions on where and how far they can be used. Producing their own cruise missiles means Ukraine gains full operational autonomy. They're not bound by another nation's red lines. This self-sufficiency is absolutely critical for their long-term security, and, frankly, they see it as a significant engine for post-war economic growth. It's about building a robust, indigenous defense industry.
That sounds like a really smart strategic move.
Totally. It boosts their leverage and their ability to deter future aggression.
The flamingo sounds incredibly promising, Alex. But are there any significant challenges to getting these into widespread use, like mass production?
Oh, definitely, Stella. Despite its simpler design, its sheer size makes it, ironically, easier for Russian air defenses to detect. Experts suggest Ukraine might need to send them in salvos, which, requires massive investment, and that's a huge hurdle. Kyiv has struggled with funding for domestic missile production before, even for other systems like their Neptune cruise missiles. Their defense industry is also a primary target for Russian strikes, and securing crucial components like those turbofan engines across the border, that's incredibly difficult.
So it might not be a single game changer then, in the immediate term.
No, not really. We saw similar discussions around Storm Shadow and F-16s, very useful, but not war-ending on their own. The Flamingo will absolutely intensify pressure on Russia's internal infrastructure, but it's part of a broader strategy, not a silver bullet, you know? It's about cumulative impact.
Makes sense. A key piece of the puzzle, not the whole thing.
Exactly. It just puts more pressure on them, hopefully. And for everyone listening, if you want to stay on top of these kinds of crucial developments in autonomous warfare and defense tech, make sure to visit autonomouswarfare.ai and sign up to be notified when our show launches. You won't want to miss it.